New Year, everyone. Welcome back to another video. My name is Tawanda and this is Tawanda's Blessed Life. And on my channel, I do decorating on a budget, DIYs, and hauls with a sprinkle of migraine enlightenment. I also do sister lock updates and lifestyle updates. And if that is something that you are interested in, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to join my YouTube family. I would greatly appreciate it. And today's video is a part of a playlist, the For the Love of Crafting playlist, and I will go into more details about the host during the video. For this DIY, I have some zip ties from Dollar Tree, and then I also have some garland that came from Hobby Lobby. It was 90% off during the fall sale. And then I also have this, I'm going to call it a wooden wreath. I'm actually not sure what it is, but one of my sweet friends gave it to me probably 6 or 7 years ago. She gave me 3 of them. And so what I usually do is just take some type of garland and then just wrap it around it and just zip tie it on. And I just kind of switch them out throughout the season. So I kind of felt like this, although this is fall garland, I thought that it would look nice for some winter decor. So I went ahead and just picked it up, and I'm just going to go ahead and just start to zip tie the garland around my wreath. And then once I have it completely zip tied onto my wreath, I'm going to go back and cut off the excess of the zip ties. And then I'm going to add a bow to the side of the wreath to give it a more of a, I'm not even sure what kind of look I was going for. It's kind of more of like an eclectic look, I would think. But I still love it anyway. So I was actually supposed to put this video out I can't remember when the winter DIYs list came out. I think it was last month, or it may have been last month. Well, I ended up losing all of my videos that I had recorded. I lost 3 or 4 videos, and somehow this video ended back up on my new phone, which is really weird. Actually, it ended up on my old phone, but when I transferred my data, it ended up on my new phone. So really weird, but I'm actually blessed that it did show up. So, because I was actually going to redo all of these DIYs, so I'm just kind of happy that I didn't have to. So, this is what it looks like now after I put the zip ties on and cut them off. And this is the ribbon that I'm going to be using. And I want to say that they both came from Hobby Lobby, or maybe one came from Joann's. I'm not really sure. And I went ahead and just tied my bows. I'm going to use a zip tie to attach both bows, and then I'm going to go ahead and just cut the ends, and that is going to be it. I actually really love the way this turned out. I'm going to put this on my front door once I remove all of my Christmas decor. We usually don't take our Christmas decor down until like sometime in the middle of January. And then I also have a little snowflake mat and some snowflake decor that I'm going to put out on my front door with this wreath. I think it's going to look really nice. I actually also thought about maybe adding a couple of snowflakes to the wreath, but I'm not sure yet. So you'll have to let me know what you think about this wreath, and you can all see that I'm struggling. I actually did not put me tying the bow just because you all know that I struggle with making bows, but nonetheless I do it anyway. So, but yeah, I think this bow actually came out pretty nice. I tied 2 different bows together, so you'll have to let me know what you think about it. And yeah, I love the way that it turned out. So let me know what you think about this DIY. And then I also just zip tied it to the back of my wreath, and yeah, that is it. For this DIY, I have this piece of wood. I think I got this from the thrift store. And then I have some of the wavy antique wax. I have a Hello Fall sign. I have some Scrabble letters. And then I have a piece of scrapbook paper. I think this is actually maybe my last piece of that scrapbook paper, which is like my favorite scrapbook paper that I have. So I'm going to start off by just taking my glue stick, and I'm going to attach the scrapbook paper to my little wood sign here. And then I'll go back and just sand off the edges once it's completely dry. And then while that's drying, I'm going to take my Waverly Antique Wax, and I am going to actually, no, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and just attach my scrapbook paper, and I'm going to go ahead and let it dry. And then I'm going to take my Hello Fall sign and I'm going to cut off the fall with some scissors. And then once I have that done, I'm going to take my Waverly Antique Wax and I'm going to just go over the hello of the Hello Fall sign. And then I am also going to use it around the edges of my sign. And then I'll go take a little bit around the corners of my scrapbook paper. And then I'm going to go ahead and start to hot glue my Hello Winter onto my sign. I'm going to go ahead and discuss today's playlist. Today's playlist is for the Love of Crafting playlist, and it's hosted by Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY and Krista from Krista's Crafty Life. I will have the links to the playlist and to the host channel in my description box. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. And if you're already subscribed, thank you for continuing to support my channel. I do really appreciate it. And here I am just finishing cutting off the fall off of the woodworks here from Dollar Tree. And once I have the hello cut off, I'm going to go ahead and just make sure I have proper placement just to make sure that everything fits. And then I'm going to take my Waverly Antique Wax and start to apply it to the hello. And then I'm also going to apply it to the edges of my my picture frame here. So here I'm just adding my Antique Waverly Wax, and like I said, I'm going to add it to the frame, the picture, also around the edges of it where I left the raw wood. And I'm also going to apply it around like just the corners of the scrapbook paper. And then once I have that completely dry, I'm going to go ahead and start to create my picture. So I'm going to take some of the hot glue and I'm going to hot glue the hello. I'm going to take my Scrabble letters and spell out the word winter, and that is going to be it for this DIY. I really love the way that this turned out. I'm trying to decide where I'm going to place it. I'm thinking about doing like a little like winter themed coffee bar area, so I may put it over there with some of the other winter DIYs that I created. So yeah, you'll have to let me know what you think. And what do you think about this DIY? Like I said, I really like the way that it turned out. All of these DIYs are going to be really quick and easy, extremely budget friendly. The majority of the items are all things that I already had. I think the only thing that was newly purchased was the garland, but everything else is something that I already had that I just took out of my stash. We are moving on to our last DIY for today. So I have these snowflakes from Dollar Tree. So what I'm going to do is cut them all apart, and then I am going to hot glue them together. I'm going to make two. I'm going to make one of the a small one and a large one. So I'm going to start to use some of my wood glue, and I'm going to glue two each together. And then once I have the two glued together, then I'm going to attach all six together, or the 3 sets of 2, to create a larger snowflake so that it could stand and use as a shelf sitter or use on my tier tray. So here you see me adding the Dollar Tree wood glue, and I'm just going to go ahead and just start stacking these on top of one another in sections of 2. And then once they're completely dry, I did take them outside and get them I spray painted them white, but then I just decided that I did not like, I decided I didn't want them to be white. So what I ended up doing was, once they were dry, and here I am just trying to make sure that everything is completely lined up, which the snowflakes, I lined them up as best that I could, but they're actually all not the same size, or they're off just a little bit. But nonetheless, I still like the way that this turned out. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep applying my wood glue to get everything attached. And so back to what I was saying. So once I had them all attached, I went ahead and spray painted them white. I decided I didn't like that. So then I ended up taking the Waverly Antique Wax and going over both of my snowflakes with the Waverly Antique Wax, because I really wanted them to be like a darker brown but have like a wood finish to them. And after they dried, I decided that they needed something else. So actually they didn't even dry completely. I let them dry halfway, and I just was looking at them and thinking I need to do something a little bit different. So then I ended up taking some of the Waverly white paint and going back over it. So you'll see me doing this here shortly here. Here I am just trying to get some of the excess glue out of some of the areas where you can see where I went a little bit too heavy in those sections. So I'm just trying to remove some of that excess glue, and then because I just don't want to have the glue dry and have those little areas where you can see like globs of glue. So this is what they look like after I spray painted them white. Like I said, I decided I didn't want them to be completely white. So here I'm going to go ahead and just start adding my Waverly Antique Wax. But first I'm going to go ahead and fill in those little holes with some of the Dollar Tree caulk. And then I'll start to apply my Waverly Antique Wax. And then after I applied the Waverly Antique Wax, then I went back and applied some of the Waverly white chalk paint. And then I took a couple of the little snowflakes. I don't know if I believe these snowflakes came from Michael's. And I went ahead and painted them with the Waverly white paint. And then I just hot glued them to the center of my snowflakes. And that is going to be it for this DIY. If you like what I am doing, please like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And please go ahead and click on the playlist in my description box to continue watching all of the Lovely Crafters videos. And I hope you all have a great new year for the year 2025. And like I always say, be nicer, be kinder. God will love you for it. And I hope you have a blessed day. And I will see you on Sunday. Goodbye.